Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I have a couple of announcements today. Starting today till the end of June the 30th, it's 10% off all stamp and die sets, and also 10% off the die cutting machines. So it's a pretty good savings if you were looking at any sets. Don't believe the punch ones. I think it's the stamp sets and the dies. Okay, and please put in this host code if you're spending under $150, not including your shipping and tax. I would appreciate that. Okay, so today my box measures 2.5 by 3 1/4 by 1 inch, and I'm using the Labeled with Love bundle. Okay, and I use the Nested Essentials dies for this piece right here, and it is the second largest one. Okay. All right, so this is kind of a treat box or gift box combined with a little bit of a memory thing. So you open it like this, and I have one of the same set tags here, says you are loved, and then it flips down like this, and then I have a little pocket, and in the pocket I have the little mini pictures. These are my son and daughter when they were in preschool, so 20 years ago, not 20, 16 years ago, but so sweet, so sweet. And then you also could just put the little tags, and you could write something on there. You could also write down here if you wanted to. And inside I have 2 bottles of our Stampin' Up! Ink refills. You could fit something a little bit taller and about a 1/2 inch wider too. All right, but I thought this was a unique kind of box. It has some extra flaps on there, and then a little pocket for pictures or something. Whoever you want to give that or send that to, it would be sweet. So what we need for this project is a piece of peach pie that is 11 by 7.5, some basic white for stamping. We need 4 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 3. This is all Lily Pond Lane Designer Series paper, so I did 3 of the stripes and 1 of the flowers in that size. And then we need 2 that are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and that is for this flap right here. Yeah, that's the right thing. Okay, and then we need 1 piece for the pocket, and the pocket measures 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, and I just put glue on the very edges so that you could put something in there. We need 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 3, and 2 pieces that are 2 1/4 by 3/4. Okay, and then this is the rectangle I cut from the Nested Essentials dies, and it measures about 1 7/8 by 2 5/8. Okay. All right, I'm going to get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 11-inch side. You want to score at 2 1/2, 3 1/2, 6 3/4, and 7 3/4. Turn it to the 7 1/2 inch side and score at 1, 3 1/2, 4 1/2, and 7. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish all the score lines. Okay, so now we're going to cut this up and down. Our 1/2 inch rectangle is over here, and there is a 1 inch strip on this side. This flap up here is 3 1/4, and this flap is 2 1/2 on the bottom. Okay, and we're going to start over here. Well, this is what we're going to do. Okay. All right, and we're going to start over here, and we're going to go to the first score line and cut it to the second score line, and then wedge up into the rectangle above. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, and the next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to take off this rectangle here and wedge the square. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off just the square, okay, and then take off this bottom rectangle and wedge both sides of the square that's left. So that's the bottom. Okay, now flip it around. Your skinny rectangle is over here. And we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom rectangle, and wedge the square. Okay, go to the next two score lines and cut them to the second score line. We're going to take off the bottom rectangle and wedge the square. Okay, and then, okay, so this is what we have right now. Now, we're going to take these two off also, okay? Take off both of those. Okay, and this is what we have right now. So we have the two tabs and nothing is in the middle. Okay, and then now this next one, next score line, we're going to cut it to the second score line and then wedge up into that skinny rectangle. All right, and that is what we have left. Yes, okay, and that is what your cardstock should look like when you're done cutting and scoring. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put tape on what's left of the 1/2 inch rectangle next to the score line. And I'm going to take the backing off. Okay, flip over the whole thing, flip over the side with the tape, and then flip the other side to meet it. Okay, so now the side with the smaller, the 2.5 inch strip on the bottom, the smaller flap, let me just fix this. That's the side, that's the bottom. The one that goes the full length, that's the top. We don't want to glue anything on that. All right, so this has that only that 2.5 inch flap. We're going to push down the tabs and then bring the piece, the flap that has nothing attached. And then we're going to put glue right here and then push that down, and that will seal up our whole box. Okay, so that's our bottom flap that goes first when closing, and this is the top, and this is where you'll put your goodies in. Okay, and that's your basic box. All right, now we need all our pieces of DSP. And we need the 4 that are 2 1/4 by 3. There's 3 stripes and 1 flowered. The stripes we're going to put on the front top right here, you know, this front piece, and on the back piece, and then 1 in here. Okay, you can look at the pictures on my blog too if you're not sure where to put it. Okay, so the stripe pieces go here on the back and on the inside front. Okay, this piece that is flowered goes on the inside of that top flap here. Okay, Okay, so that's all that, and then the easy ones, these are the long sides, these are the short sides, and then we're going to work on our small flap. On the small flap, the stripes go inside and the flowers go on the outside. Okay, so let me do that all first. Okay, and now our piece that is a 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, we're going to try to get as little glue as possible right on the edges. Not the top edge though. And then we're just going to cover the DSP that we already have there. Okay, and I'm going to put a piece in there just to keep it lifted up so it doesn't dry and leak. Okay, and that's all the DSP on. Alright, so now we're going to do some stamping. So we need basic white, and I'm using 3 colors of ink today. I'm using Peach Pie, Granny Apple Green, and Soft Seafoam. So what we want to do first is the Soft Seafoam, and I'm going to do the border. Right there. And then I'm going to use Peach Pie for the flowers. You could do the leaves first too if it's a little bit hard to place that. Or you could do the frame last if you want. Okay, and then this is the leaves. I'm using the Granny Apple Green. And then I'm going to get the Labeled with Love punch, and we're going to cut this out. Okay, and that's our first piece. Alright, and then we need our DSR cardstock again, and we're going to do the sentiment, "You are loved," and I'm going to do the same thing with the frame with Soft Seafoam, not this one. And then I'm going to use Peach Pie on the inside for the sentiment. Now you can either get, I'll show you the page. For this stamp set, you can get the dies, which are 3 in a row, or you can get the punch. Okay, so starting today, this would be on sale, but I don't believe the punches are. But I enjoyed the punches better because it's just faster. You can do it all sitting instead of getting to your machine. Alright, and then I'm going to have to cut this off. And punch this out. Okay, and there's our 2 labels. Alright, now we're going to glue our sentiment label right in here, and you can write something down here, or you can punch out one of these and stick it in there with some writing on it. It's up to you with the pictures and all. Alright, so now this is going to go right here with liquid glue. Make sure nothing's coming out before we flip it. Okay, and then you would put your pictures and whatever it is you want in here, and your contents, maybe the same ink refills, but you don't have to. And then we need some peach pie ribbon, and we're going to, let me just take that out for now. Okay, some peach pie ribbon. We're going to tie it around the middle. I'm going to leave a little bit of tails because I want who I'm giving it to be able to open and close it easily without running out of ribbon. Alright, now we're going to get our label we cut out, and we're going to attach our punched tag on top with dimensionals. And then we're going to put some more dimensionals on the back. I'm going to put one in the middle too, just so maybe it'll hit the ribbon and keep it in there. And then I'm going to make sure my ribbon is where I want it. And I'm going to center this and push it down right over that ribbon. Alright, and then for the final touch, I'm going to use the In Color Shimmer Gems in Peach Pie. And I'm going to put a large one in the bottom flower, and then 2 small ones in the top ones. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I loved this project. I thought it was cute, a little bit different. Alright, have a great day. Please, I really need some likes and some subscribers. If you like my projects, please do that for me, okay? I'd appreciate that. Alright, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Don't forget about the sale today. 10% off machines and Stampin' die sets. Okay, bye.